The story of Joshua. God spoke to Joshua, "My servant Moses is dead. Stand up and fight." Then Joshua issued instructions for the people to cross the river Jordan. Joshua sent 2 men to spy on the town of Jericho. The 2 spies went to the house of a prostitute named Rahab. That night, Rahab helped the spies escape. The 2 men reported to Joshua that they could conquer the land. So Joshua commanded the priests to take the Ark of the Covenant across the river. Amazingly, God parted the water and they crossed on dry ground. They built a memorial using 12 stones, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Joshua became a great leader, winning the respect of the people. One day, an angel, a commander in the Lord's army, appeared to Joshua and gave him instructions. Following the instructions, Joshua and his army marched around the walls of Jericho for 6 days. The priests carried the 10 commandments. On the 7th day, when the priests blew their horns, the walls of Jericho fell down. Only Rahab and her family were saved, with the city's treasure, which was given as an offering to the Lord. One of Joshua's soldiers stole some of the treasure for himself. At their next battle, they suffered badly. God told Joshua to seek out the man who stole the offering. They found the treasure in the man's tent, so he was put to death by stoning. Once again, Joshua's army was successful in battle. In one battle, Joshua prayed for the sun to stand still, and it did, until the enemy army was destroyed, as were the leaders, who had hidden in a cave. Eventually, Joshua gained control of the whole land, just as God had promised. Then there was peace in the land. The country was divided into 12 sections, one for each of the 12 tribes. The Lord instructed Joshua to build cities where accused persons would be treated justly. One day, Joshua paid tribute to 3 of the tribes of Israel. But the other tribes misunderstood, so they built a monument called the Altar of Witness, stating that there are 12 tribes in Israel. When Joshua became an old man, he called together the leaders and the judges of Israel and spoke to them. He reminded them of their history and of their walk with God. Joshua said, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." The people answered, "We will worship and obey the Lord alone." Then they erected a memorial stone, and Joshua said, "This stone will be a witness against you if you go back on your promise." Soon after this, Joshua died at the age of 110 years. After the death of Joshua, for about 250 years, God appointed judges until the time of Samuel, who was the last judge, and Saul became the first king.